Hello, my dear students. I have been receiving a lot of requests and queries from my students regarding their understandings or misunderstanding of sentence construction in active and passive voice. The only thing which is true about grammar is that it is very easy because all the grammar is based on formulas, and if you master the formulas and practice, then you can definitely construct clear and correct sentences with more accuracy and range in grammar. So let's get started in understanding what is active voice and what is passive voice. First of all, we will look at a sentence. Pranav plays tennis and this is active voice. ये वाला जो वाक्य है वो active voice है. The second sentence, tennis is played by Pranav. ये वाला वाक्य passive voice है. Now if you observe these two sentences carefully, तो दोनों का मीनिंग सेम है. दोनों ही वाक्य में प्रणव जो है वो टेनिस को खेलता है. द डिफरेंस इन दीज टू सेंटेंसेस इज इन सेंटेंस फॉर्मेशन. वाक्य रचना दोनों की अलग अलग है और एम्फेसिस यानी कहां पे हम ज्यादा भार देना चाहते हैं, किस चीज को, प्रणव को या टेनिस को ज्यादा महत्व देना चाहते हैं, ये भी अलग है. सो अर्थ सेम है लेकिन वाक्य रचना और कहां पे भार दिया है ये दो चीजें अलग है. This is the basic difference between active voice and passive voice. The meaning does not change, but yes, the construction of sentence, the sentence formation changes and the emphasis also changes. Let us now look at what is active voice and passive voice in detail. The first sentence that we saw, Pranav plays tennis, which was active voice. Now in this sentence, verb is plays and Pranav is the subject of the verb plays. It means Pranav performs the action. Plays क्रिया है और प्रणव करता है. प्रणव जो है वो टेनिस को खेलता है, यानी क्रिया किसके द्वारा हो रही है? सब्जेक्ट के द्वारा, प्रणव के द्वारा. वो एक्शन को परफॉर्म कर रहा है. So this means when the subject of the verb performs the action which is named in the verb is said to be in the active voice. इसका सीधा मतलब है जो करता है वो अगर क्रिया कर रहा है और उसका स्थान अगर आगे है तो ये वाक्य को हम active voice कहते हैं. Now what is the meaning of passive voice? The second sentence that we saw, tennis is played by Pranav. Now in this sentence the verb is played. अगले वाले सेंटेंस में वर्ब था प्लेज और यहां पे है इज प्लेड. टेनिस इज पोजिशन्ड बिफोर द वर्ब इज प्लेड. सो टेनिस जो ऑब्जेक्ट था यानी जो कर्म था उसका स्थान हमने बदल दिया है और उसको हमने वर्ब के आगे लगा दिया है. हावेवर टेनिस डज नॉट परफॉर्म द एक्शन ऑफ प्लेइंग. लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि टेनिस खेल रहा है, खेल तो अभी भी प्रणव ही रहा है. इट रिसीव्स द एक्शन, यानी टेनिस जो है वो एक्शन को रिसीव कर रहा है, कर नहीं रहा. टेनिस अभी भी कर्म है और प्रणव अभी भी करता है, वही सब्जेक्ट है. Therefore, when the subject of the verb performs the action named in the verb but is positioned in the place of an object, the verb is said to be in passive voice. So इसका मतलब है कर्ता वही रहता है, कर्म भी वही रहता है, लेकिन जब कर्ता के स्थान पे कर्म आ जाता है और कर्म के स्थान पे कर्ता चला जाता है तो ऐसे वाक्य को हम पैसिव वॉइस कहते हैं. Why to use active voice? हमें एक्टिव वॉइस का इस्तेमाल क्यों करना चाहिए? In most professional and academic conversations, active voice is preferred. Sentences in active voice are shorter and appear clear, concise and elegant. And it is more natural and common to construct sentences in the active voice. In 90% of the cases, we use active voice. Why to use passive voice? Grammatically, in 3 situations, we use passive voice. The first one is when we do not know who performed the action. क्रिया किसने की ये हमें मालूम ही नहीं है. So for example, my pocket was picked. मेरी जेब चोरी हो गई या फिर मेरा वॉलेट चोरी हो गया, हमें नहीं मालूम किसने चुराया. The diamond is stolen. हीरा किसी ने चुरा लिया, किसने चुराया हमको नहीं मालूम. The glasses were broken. We don't know who broke them. So here we are unaware about the subject and therefore we are using passive voice, because it will be little irrelevant to say my pocket was picked by someone. It's unnecessary. So it's better to say my pocket was picked. Second situation where we use passive voice is the action is more important than who performed it. So maybe we know the subject, but we want to give more emphasis, more pressure or importance upon the action and not the subject. All the morning flights were cancelled. So यहाँ पे हमारा जोर cancelled पे है. किसने कैंसिल की ये इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, लेकिन हमारा उद्देश्य जो है वो एम्फेसिस देने का है कि सारी मॉर्निंग फ्लाइट्स कैंसिल हो चुकी है. The homework was completed. Now here we want to give more emphasis on something that was completed. The skills are learnt. Our intent is to talk more about something that is learnt. So second situation, action is more important than who performed it. And the last situation is we wish to put emphasis, importance on the person or thing that received the action. So our intention is to give emphasis on the object. Two agreements were signed. So here our more emphasis is on the agreements rather than who signed it. The wheel was invented. We don't want to say who invented, but importance is given to something which was invented, and that is the wheel. The building was demolished. So here we are laying more emphasis on the word the building. So now with the knowledge of what is active, what is passive, why do we use active, why do we use passive, there is a tendency to get confused. Which voice to use? It is very simple. Use active voice if you want to make clear, short and direct conversations. Most of the people mostly talk in or write in active voice. However, use passive voice if you want to give more emphasis on the receiver and the action. Active voice is used more academically and professionally. Passive voice is used more creatively. Let us now understand some general rules of passive voice. The first rule is that the subject and the object nouns change their position. So, the subject in the active voice is mostly in the beginning, शुरुआत में होता है, और ऑब्जेक्ट अंत में होता है, क्योंकि सब्जेक्ट क्रिया को करता है और ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिया को रिसीव करता है. लेकिन पैसिव वॉइस में हम क्या करते हैं, उनका स्थान बदल देते हैं. So the active subject becomes the passive object and the active object becomes the passive subject. Pranav plays tennis and tennis is played by Pranav. So as you can see, the position of the subject Pranav has gone towards the end of the sentence, and the position of the object tennis has come in the beginning of the sentence. So subject and object nouns will change their positions when we want to convert the sentences to passive voice. So the first rule was connected with the subject being the noun. अगर कर्ता noun होता तो हम ये करते, लेकिन अगर कर्ता pronoun होता, what if the subject would be a pronoun? So the subject pronouns will be changed to the object pronouns along with change in their positions. उनकी position तो बदलेगी ही, लेकिन subject का जो सर्वनाम है वो convert हो जाएगा object के सर्वनाम में. ये है टेबल जिसको हम ध्यान से देख सकते हैं. जैसे फर्स्ट पर्सन पहला पुरुष, सेकंड पर्सन दूसरा पुरुष एंड तीसरा पुरुष. सो इफ द सब्जेक्ट इज आई, we will definitely change the position, but we will convert it into me. If the subject is we will change its position towards the object, but we will change it into us. You will remain you, but he will change to him, she will change to her, and it will remain it. They will be changed to them. So this is the change that we will bring with the pronouns. What does rule number 3 have to say? We always use the past participle verb. जो main action verb है वो हमेशा भूत कृदंत का स्वरूप होगा in the passive voice sentences. Every time the main action verb will be in the past participle verb form. An appropriate form of the verb be, so whether it's simple sentence, continuous or perfect, it will be accordingly. It is used before the past participle verb in the passive sentence. That's the fourth rule. So be का योग्य रूप हम लगाएंगे सामान्य काल में सामान्य. जब continuous tense यूज कर रहे हैं तो continuous be का फॉर्म आएगा, और जब हम perfect tense का सेंटेंस बनाएंगे passive में तो perfect be का फॉर्म आएगा. And last one, verbs in the passive voice sentences are always followed by the preposition by. सो जो भी वर्ब है पैसिव वॉइस में उसके बाद हमेशा बाय का प्रेपोजिशन आएगा। ये हम तब लगाएंगे जब हमें क्रिया किसने की है वो बोलना चाहते हैं। ये कंपलसरी नहीं है, अगर आप कभी कभी बाय को ओमिट करना चाहते हो तो भी चलेगा। ओके, स्पेसिफिक फॉर्मूलाज ऑफ कन्वर्टिंग फ्रॉम एक्टिव वॉइस टू पैसिव वॉइस देख लेते हैं। सो वन बाय वन लेट अस फर्स्ट लुक एट सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस। अगर हमें एक्टिव वॉइस बनाना है सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस में तो हम क्रिया का रूट वर्ब यूज करते हैं। मान लो अगर गो है तो गो यूज करेंगे, गोज यूज करेंगे, या फिर वेंट पास्ट टेंस में, और विल गो शैल गो यूज करेंगे। लेकिन पैसिव वॉइस में हम क्या करेंगे, जैसे कि हमने देखा है दैट इन द पैसिव वॉइस ऑलवेज द वर्ब विल बी इन द पास्ट पार्टिसिपल फॉर्म। सो गो विल बिकम गॉन always in the passive voice. But since we are in the simple present tense, the form of be will have to be used in the simple present tense, and be in simple present tense is am, are and is. So what will be the formula for sentence construction? We will start definitely with the object, and then we have am, are, is, accordingly past participle form of the verb and the remaining sentence. Look at the example. We use this room on special occasions. So we is the subject, use is the verb, and this room is the object. Now when we look at this in a passive form, this room has come in the beginning, which was the object, and we are using the simple form of the be verb, is. We are converting use into past participle form, used, and then it is followed by, and we have converted we into us on special occasions. This room is used by us on special occasions. So this is simple present tense. Let us now look at simple past tense. So in the simple past tense active sentences, for go we would use went, but we don't do that in passive voice. In passive voice we are always using the past participle form of the verb, and along with that we use the simple past version of be, that is was or were. Let's look at the example. The driver applied the brakes immediately. So in this active sentence, subject is the driver and applied is the simple past form. What is the object? The brakes on which the action was received. Now when we convert that into passive voice, we will put the object first, the brakes, and then we have to definitely put the form of be, which could be was or were. So we have kept were over here because the brakes are plural, applied by the driver immediately. The brakes were applied by the driver immediately. Let's look at the simple future form. Active voice simple future is shall or will, and then we had the root form of the verb. So it would be will go, shall go if we are taking the go verb. However, in passive voice, we will use shall be and will be, which is the future form of be. And then the verb has to be converted into past participle. So if it is go, it will be shall be gone, will be gone. Let's look at the example of active voice. I shall post these letters tomorrow. Here I is the subject, shall post is future form of the verb, and these letters are the object. In the passive form, we have started with the object, these letters, and then we place the be form of future, shall be. And post becomes posted because posted is the past participle form of the verb. By me, I has become me tomorrow. These letters shall be posted by me tomorrow. So these are the rules for simple present, simple past and simple future. Let us now look at the rules of converting from active to passive in present continuous tense. Active voice in the present continuous tense is quite simple. It is the be plus action form, MR is plus ing. However, in the passive voice, we do use am, are or is, which was already there in the active voice, but we have to put one be form in the continuous version, that is being. So BEING, which shows that this is a continuous action because the verb will become past participle. Let's look at an example. Our drama society is staging a ballet. Our drama society is the subject. Is the be form, staging is the action ing form, and a ballet is the object. Now we replace the subject position with the object in the passive voice, a ballet, and then we have the be form is, but we also need a continuous form. So is, being, and staging will become staged by our drama society, which is the subject. A ballet is being staged by our drama society. Let us look at past continuous tense. In the active voice, we use was, were plus ing form of the verb. However, in the passive voice, was, were is retained. But to show that the action is continuous, we have to use being, and as per the rule, the main verb becomes the past participle. Let's look at an example. All of us were cheering our team. All of us is the subject. Were cheering, that's be plus action ing. Our team is the object, receiver. In the passive voice, we start with our team and then we put was, being cheered by all of us. So cheering has turned into cheered and ing has gone behind be, which is being. Let's look at future continuous tense. And the good news is that verbs in the future continuous tense cannot be expressed in the passive voice. So you have less formulas to remember. Move on to present perfect tense. So in the active voice, in the perfect tenses, we use has, have plus past participle form of the verb in the present tense. But in the passive voice, definitely we retain the has and have. And we will use the past participle form of the verb be, which is been. The main verb has to be in the past participle form in any case in the passive voice. In the present perfect tense passive voice and in the past perfect and future perfect tense passive voice, it is little simpler because the main verbs are already in the past participle form, so we don't have to do much to convert them. Let's look at an example. We have produced a number of books for children. We is the subject. Have over here is the supporting verb. Produced is the main verb which is in the past participle form, and a number of books is the object. Now in the passive voice we start with the object, a number of books, and then we have. The past participle form of be is been, produced by us for children. We has become us. A number of books have been produced by us for children. Past perfect tense. In the active voice, we use had plus past participle form of the verb. In the passive voice, we retain the had and past participle form of the verb, but to show that our action is in the past perfect form, we have to use the past participle form of be, which is been. Let's look at the example. My father had already purchased the tickets. My father is the subject, had is a supporting verb, purchased is the past participle form of the verb, and the tickets are object. So in the passive voice, we start with the object, the tickets, and then we use had as per formula already. We use been because we have to use the past participle form of be, which is been. Purchased by my father, which is a subject, has taken the position of the object. The tickets had already been purchased by my father. Future perfect tense. So we use will have or shall have plus past participle form of the verb in the active voice. In the passive voice, we retain the will have and shall have and the past participle form of the verb, but we add been, which is the past participle form of the be verb. Let's look at the example. They will have counted the votes before night. They is a subject. Will have is the support verb. Counted is the past participle form of the verb, which is action verb. The votes is receiver object. So in the passive voice sentence, we start with the votes and then we have will have. But to show that this is a perfect sentence, we use been. Counted by, they will become them before night. The votes will have been counted by them before night. My dear students, one more good news for you. Verbs in the perfect continuous tenses cannot be expressed in the passive voice. So you have still some less formulas to remember. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow my Instagram page. Contact me on the number given in the description box for more such videos related to grammar. Thank you so much and all the best.